Hi, everybody. Welcome back and happy Tuesday. All right, guys. Well, I don't know if you're watching The Valley, but The Valley is an absolute show of the best kind. I like how I just sit there and I always do that. I censor myself. But it is just that. It is a shit show. But a great one. I mean, like, what's going on is like, it's just good drama. It's good drama. So I love watching it. So yeah, anyways, we're back to talk more about some of the drama that's going on behind the scenes, some things that are coming out from the after show, and some of the fights that are happening, well, as we speak in the moment. So before we do, smash the like button. If you guys are not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and let's go. Okay, guys, so here, let's just say right now, these are the three that I want to focus on. Kristen Doute, Janet Caperna, and Zack Wickham. Because in the latest episodes of The Valley, we've seen a lot of tensions kind of just escalating with everybody, centering around allegations made during Janet's pregnancy. Okay, so let's kind of just break this down for a second. I put notes here for myself. But Kristen ended up confronting Janet over a podcast appearance, while Janet, I guess is what they're saying, is where Janet allegedly expressed that she didn't support Kristen's pregnancy. And Kristen said, after the summer, you went really hard and you did a podcast and said that I don't want your baby to come to full term and I didn't support your pregnancy. So Janet apologized, but attributed her comments to distress that was caused by Zack. This is some Vanderpump Rules 2.0 type of, by Zack's alleged remarks, claiming that he said that he hoped that she would miscarry, which is, first of all, that's a terrible, 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 terrible thing to say. And Kristen rejected that explanation, saying that that was a gaslit apology. So now let's take it over to Zack again. And no, it's not a toupee. Janet accused Zack of making disturbing comments during her pregnancy, including wishing for her to take her own life and also miscarry, which is, again, terrible, terrible. That's just a disgusting statement. Zack said out loud that he was hoping I would miscarry and commit a life-taking attempt this summer. I don't want to use the S word on YouTube. But Zack later then sent an apology acknowledging that these remarks were inappropriate and he regretted it. But then Sheena, she's chiming into this, saying some of Zack's comments were not captured on camera, but she said they're dark, and that's his colorful way of speaking when he's drunk, where he kind of acts like just an asshole. But then she also noted that Zack's behavior led to Brittany Cartwright even distancing herself from him. So Kristen responded to this as well, and she denied Janet's claims, emphasizing her own experience with pregnancy loss and her support for Janet during her pregnancy. And she said, I had a fucking pregnancy loss. I would never in a million years say something like that. And she criticized Janet because of the way that she handled the situation, accusing her of using her pregnancy to manipulate the perceptions. But now let's take it back over to Zack, because this is whiplash for me. But in a separate incident, Zack compared Janet to Jax Taylor, suggesting that she was just seeking attention and camera time. And Janet then responded by sharing a text message from Jax and Brittany, confirming that Zack was removed from their bar due to his, well, awful behavior. So it kind of feels like this. Who is more wrong? Well, Zack did this, Janet did this, Kristen did this, but what the did you do? What? Again, whiplash. But hold on, I'm going to play a couple little clips for you guys. Like this one from Us Weekly. Thank you.
Accusing you of taking your wedding ring off.
On.
He has it on. For the record, he's wearing his ring. People are making some accusations. How did you respond to that? How did you respond to that? How did you two work through that?
It's tough because it's not just a ring off. There's definitely an implication there when somebody says you take your ring off. It's not like, oh, I forgot. It's like I'm doing it to try to get girls or something, you know, as if I take it off and they just flock to me, or, you know, I don't know how that works.
They flocked to him already. He doesn't have to take it.
Because you're tall.
I always thought, Not because I'm handsome.
I'm just tall. No, I'm not gonna boost his ego.
I always thought that you get more girls if you have a ring. That was always sort of like the thing people would say. But anyway, regardless.
So shady, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, people can be shady, but I am not one of those people. I would never do anything ever to jeopardize this lady right here as my wife and our son and the family we have. So
People are accusing you.
You know, to be honest, I truly believe that. And I'm not going to tell you guys who told me this, but Jax and Jesse went on and they talked about Michelle's boyfriend being a drunk mess at the Valley premiere and how he was falling all over the place and that Jason Caperna had to pick him up and had to really help him and blah, blah, blah. But that all came out to be bullshit. So now, in my opinion, I'm like, who am I going to believe here? Am I going to believe Jax Taylor and Jesse? Or am I going to believe Jason Caperna? I've met Jason a couple times. Clearly, you guys know I've met Janet multiple times. Janet and I have been running into each other for years and years, actually. No, I believe them. I do. You guys could say, well, that's stupid because maybe he does do something. I don't know. I haven't seen that. So as of right now, I'm going to believe his words before I believe. It's kind of like you got to weigh the options. And the options, it's like a scale. You see what I'm saying? But hold on. There's more that I want to share. Like this.
And I love the new name, Balancing Act, which, you know, Luke's not really that much part of it yet. We haven't really like announced anything because we're kind of in limbo about like whether or not Luke's going to keep doing it. But
I need a comment and let us know how much you hate Luke or tag him.
Honestly, guys, here's the dead honest truth. We were fighting about it. Not fighting about like the content or anything like that. But I was getting so busy that I was just taking shit out on him and being like, I'm like right here in the same house with you whenever you're ready.
Right there.
And I was kind of like putting that on him, but then not ready when it needed to be ready. And it was just an easy, he was just a
scapegoat of
totally. He was totally my fucking scapegoat. I was like, Beyonce, how about co-host from hell? So he was like, yo, why don't you just take over?
He's like, I'll just, if you need me to fill in on an episode.
100 word for word.
Yeah. Then you only have yourself to blame.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what. And I love the new name, Balancing Act.
Yeah.
Which,
I mean, I do like the name, but also, listen, girls pregnant. You know, sometimes Jason and I have had these fights, to be honest with you guys. We've fought over podcasts and, you know, like sometimes I'm ready and I'm like, when are we going to record this? And he's like, I'm not on your time, you know, and I'm just like, when I'm ready to do it, I want to do it because that's what I'm used to doing when I come on here and record by myself. I get to record and be a part of it and do whatever I want and pump out whatever content on my own time. So when you're trying to work with somebody and have like a co-host, even if it's your partner, yeah, sometimes you just get annoyed because they're like, I don't want to do it till later. You're like, I don't want to do it later. I'm going to be tired right now. I'm awake. Why don't we do it now? What the f***'s your problem? So Kristen, I agree with you on both things. We love these people. They are our partners. We choose them in life. But also, yeah, sometimes it's a little frustrating. So it is a balancing act. Oh, there you go. I want to hear what you guys think, guys. Pop off in the comments section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and we will see you next time. Love you guys. Bye.